1-0 win for Barca at the Santiago Bernabeu. Woo! That was nerve-wracking. That was nerve-wracking. The celebration of the Barca players on the bench. What a team effort. Xavi said it was going to require a full team effort, and wow. Fill the live chat with applause, guys, because this was a win, a tricky win, a show of character of this team. There's a stat in this game that we're going to go over in post-game. 0 shots on target for Real Madrid. 0 shots on target. They had more shots than us, yes, 0 on target. That is a sign of a great defensive effort. Right, stick with us for post-game, because we'll be showing you highlights, reactions from the Santiago Bernabeu. The players, coaches are going to be talking on YouTube, on Facebook. Stick with us, we'll be coming with you with the highlights and reactions of this game. We're not switching off the Barca TV Plus. We are staying on Barca TV Plus, but we're staying on YouTube and Facebook as well today. Quick reaction, Iraqi Spence, of this game. If we have to rate this game from 1 to 10 on the live chat, what is it, Iraqi, from 1 to 10?
I think it's 10 for the team effort, 10 for the character, the personality, the team show there, because it is difficult to play like this, but it's even more difficult to play like this at Santiago Bernabeu and let that Real Madrid to set it like that. So I think we didn't expect this result, and we have to enjoy this.
Spence, we take it a step further. No Lewandowski, no Dembele, no Pedri, no Christensen, no goals for Madrid. That is how you get it done. Full on 10. And the beauty is, we're going to see this twice more the next month. Unreal.
Yeah, I know. We've got the one in La Liga, we've got the one in the Copa del Rey. Stick with us on YouTube and Facebook for highlights, reactions. But first, we need to do for the first time in weeks, I would say.
Someone got it right?
I think someone got it right.
Who got it right?
Take a look at the predictions. Director Sergio and Tanya as well, our makeup artist. So, guys, I mean, Sergio is asking me to go and pop the confetti.
For him.
Win at the Bernabeu.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We should do that, right? We should do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's only seems fair.
Here we go. Where is the outfit? Right. So, Barca win at the Bernabeu, we got a prediction right, so it seems like a perfect good reason to pop the confetti. Paul, I'm going to go up in the air, okay? So, 3, 2, 1. Oh!
No!
Right, stick with us for highlights and reaction. We're coming back right now. Stick with us. was that nerve-wracking. A 1-0 win for Barca at the Santiago Bernabeu in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-finals. Barca had a lot going against them, with no Lewandowski, with no Pedri, with no Ousmane Dembele. But the team put in a great collective effort to get this 1-0 win and head into the second leg with an advantage. We're going to show you the highlights of this game and reactions coming from the Santiago Bernabeu as soon as we have them. But I want to ask you guys on the live chat, who was your MVP? I'll be reading out some of your comments. Who was the MVP of this match for you guys? Quick reactions, Gayashi Lal, Gayashi, your thoughts on this game, Gayashi first.
My thoughts that there is no MVP today, it's a team MVP, like the whole team working in defense. We were seeing like not even the strikers could attack because it was a work defense and it's really hard what they did, like no shots on target for Real Madrid, so this is a huge win for the team.
Paul.
I will say that the best thing we get tonight is the score. We need to be as honest as possible with ourselves and know that we haven't been a better team on the field and that there are many things we have to improve because it's a two-leg game, so there are 90 more minutes to play and it's important to be winning.
That is true, of course. Today we said it throughout the game and we'll analyse it right now in this post-game show. Today, Barca were what we think usually of Real Madrid, and today Real Madrid were what we usually think of Barca. The roles were switched, but Barca did manage to sneak out a win, and that in a two-game tie is the important thing. Barca will have to improve, of course, but we didn't have a lot of our firepower, our usual firepower today. But what the fans want to see is the highlights, what we want to see is the highlights of the game, so no further delay. Let's show you the highlights of this 1-0 win for Barca at the Santiago Bernabeu. A very physical first half, one in which, I think Real Madrid got frustrated very early.
Yes, well, Vinicius from the very beginning, he really didn't want to concede any action. He got mad very quickly, and in these situations where there is a lot of physical contact, it normally happens that emotions become crazy.
There is Barca's goal. We said before the game, Barca today without Lewandowski, without Pedri, without Dembele, might struggle to create opportunities. You need to take the ones that they give you, and this one Barca did with a bit of fortune because it goes almost nearly down in the end, but ultimately the goal counted.
But the fortune always comes where you look for it, and because he was pushing there and it was in the right spot and everything, and he had to shot there. So and all this came out after pressure of the team, so they look for that.
Another run forward by Barca, the cross by Gavi. Couldn't find Rafinha. It was a very solitary game today for the likes of Rafinha and Ferran Torres and Ansu when he came on in the second half. Real Madrid, 0 shots on target today. They did have their opportunities. They had some clear ones. This volley by Carvajal, but Ter Stegen only had to intervene in really blocking crosses, punching them away, and he was excellent at that as well. Barca took this 1-0 lead into half-time and in the second half. Pau, Real Madrid did push Barca back a little bit further and Barca did struggle. In the first half, we saw more of our midfielders. In the second, we barely saw.
Yes, Barca were sitting on the back a little bit. They knew that Vinicius and all the Real Madrid players would enjoy having space at the back of the center backs, so they probably preferred to not invite them to use it. And well, Real Madrid couldn't get to the goal.
Absolutely exhausted in his substitution. Ansu Fati came on, and Ansu Fati was very unlucky here because he denied Barca of a second goal. The shot by Kessié was blocked by Ansu. Such a shame there. It's a good run by Ferran getting away from Camavinga, and you can see in the replay, Kessié denied by Ansu.
Ansu was already running out, but he was late to that. Let's hope we don't have to think about his action in the second leg. But yeah, it was a shame because it was a clear opportunity, and all this came after those 20 minutes that Madrid was better on the field.
This was probably Real Madrid's clearest opportunity. Rodrigo shot from range which went just wide. But I'd say there's the final whistle and the Barca players delight after the victory at the Santiago Bernabeu. I would say, I agree fully with Paul, that this isn't the way to go really long term, but today, taking into account all the circumstances, Barca did one thing very well, which was to stay strong at the back, and during the game you always have the feeling of, oh, here they come, here they come, here they come. But when you look at it coldly, Real Madrid didn't really create that many clear goal scoring opportunities, and that is thanks to the episode. Everyone, but how important they they were spectacular today.
Yes, one of the main protagonists probably was Araujo, because we were expecting Vinicius to be the protagonist too for Real Madrid, and the truth is that when Vinicius generated the most was when he was going to the middle. So anytime that Vinicius would go to the outside, Araujo felt very comfortable with covering him, and he wouldn't generate anything. So that was key that we had Araujo holding him all the time.
I think the reactions coming from Madrid is that they will think they probably deserve more, they probably think they deserve to win this game. But once again, I mean, like, stressing that point, Barca managed to stay relatively comfortable with that.
Yeah, and I think Barca today has changed something historically. Like, historically, Barca never knew how to play this kind of games. It's defending and keeping strong and everything. Always came the nervous mistakes and everything, and Barca has changed that. Like, historically, Barca is a club, a team that when you get into this kind of games, you are the one creating and not finding the chances. And today they had one, it went into the goal, and then they were defending spectaculars. So I think they are going to get frustrated, and we felt that feeling. There was matches that Barca was playing better than they lost.
Right, we have the first reactions coming. Our captain Sergio Busquets. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Nada, que hi ha una tornada, que està tot per decidir, però com està l'equip?
How the team feeling after having won at the Bernabeu? Good, we're happy to have been able to win. Get this small defeat and win ahead of the second leg. We competed very well. It's true that we didn't have a lot of possession or a lot of the ball, and we would have liked to have maintained our style. We defended well. I think Frank Kessié's chance in the second half was the clearest. He's got the second leg to come. What do you think of the defensive role of the team? They were very solid. We put in a lot of effort. There were a lot of crosses into the box, but without much danger from them. We were completely uncomfortable. We've got another 90 minutes to come in the tie. We'll try and play better than them and try and get to the final. You've become the player with the most Clásico appearances in history. I'm very happy. I spent a lot of years here. I'm very happy to make records here and to be the player with the most Clásico appearances. It's a game that everybody likes for the best club in the world, and this keeps going.
They became the player with the most Clásicos ever, 46 Clásicos played. Sergio Busquets, the player with the most Clásico wins as well, a total of 22, surpassing Paco Bento. So congratulations Sergio Busquets for that double feat. Busquets obviously saying that the team were uncomfortable today, didn't enjoy possession. The result is good, but still 90 minutes left in the return game. In the month of April, Bruno Ballester at the Santiago Bernabeu. Was that the most nervous you've been this season?
Yeah, for sure, Robert, because this second half, with Madrid controlling, having the chances, Barca at the back defending, but what a way to defend today, FC Barcelona. Incredible how solid has been all our defenders, also our goalkeeper. I have the impression that the only team in the world that competes against this Real Madrid is FC Barcelona. because Barcelona knows really want to compete against this club, against Real Madrid. We saw, a week ago, like, what is the club of Europe, lost 5-2 after being 2-0 up. Barca, a team that likes to play in the Bernabeu, they know how to compete against Real Madrid, and today they prove it. Because Barca were with really important absences today. Without Lewandowski, your player that has scored 25 goals. Without Pedri, without Dembele, important absences, but today the team has been here. Jordi, I don't know if it's possible to show our fans, no problem at all if we check the image, because it's important to see our fans up there, how they are singing, how they are enjoying at the Santiago Bernabeu, because the image is that one. Guys at the studio, to see all our fans up there enjoying, because on the field now is absolutely empty, just with some people from the staff calling, answering messages. Well, now that we face the camera to them, they are not singing, but well, they have enjoyed all the match, and it has been another incredible night at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Congratulations to them, Bruno. We'll come back to you in a second at the Santiago Bernabeu. Guys, can we have another look at the highlights? I want to see those as many times as possible. A win at the Santiago Bernabeu is always something that you can celebrate. Okay, we'll show you highlights after, because right now we can listen to Ronald Araujo. Let's hear what he had to say then.
Sí, y la gente otro día nos da el día de la Barça TV. Jugar estos partidos es muy especial y me encanta ganarlo, Ronald. Y hoy habéis ganado el partido.
You won the game and you love playing these games. How do you feel? I'm happy with the game. I'm happy with the win. We had to get it after the 2 defeats, and I think we had a good game. I'm very happy. People don't like. You don't like the focus on you against Melissa, but what do you think about how Madrid played? We were very good defensively. We like to have the ball, to have possession. We didn't do that, but today the important thing was defended well. Things we got to correct from last season. You can see that we were well organised, defended well. We got a victory from here, which is important. You competed well. As I said the other day, we're united, we're together. We came in from a defeat, but we were good in terms of morale. We knew we had to get a good result today. We got the victory. Now we've got the return leg at home.
Of Ronald Araujo satisfied with the win, but you can see that the players are not like in a state of euphoria. They know that obviously it wasn't a Barca-style performance, and that there's still 90 minutes to go. Paul, I was going to ask you, obviously I know that you don't like the way the Barca played today, but looking back at Sunday and looking at today, there is one difference, and that is that the team kind of picked up their competitive spirit.
Do I have to agree with you?
No,
I honestly think that in football, our judgment in many occasions have to do with this discipline that is the ball going inside of the goal. And today I would do the conclusion based on how Madrid played. I mean, at least I felt that they could have scored goals despite they didn't have clear chances or finishing situations. They had that feeling of, oh, they're going to have one, they're going to have one. And so this is how probably our opponents feel when they play against us and we play the way we want.
But if you go back to the game on Sunday, maybe Almeria felt, well, maybe one of these crosses is going to connect and all that. And whereas we were frustrated today, we saw lots of Real Madrid crosses headed away by Koundé, headed away by Araujo, headed away by Marcos Alonso. I mean, Real Madrid, apart from the Rodrigo shot, there's no chance really that makes you feel, oh.
And I felt like, and I felt you have to analyze this match in the circumstances. The team was with no Pedri, with no Dembele, with no Lewandowski, with no Christensen. Like sometimes it's about the circumstances. Like you cannot play the same football with or without Pedri. So I think the team was brilliant there. The stats are surprising because, for example, we saw 300 more passes from Real Madrid than from Barca, and that maybe has happened twice in history or never before.
I can't think of the last time that Barca didn't even crack 40% possession. That shows you the kind of game it was, and some would feel that it would have been fair for Real Madrid to draw or even win, but I insist that we see the opportunity in which Barca could have scored their second goal, and it was unfortunate that we didn't. I felt like, yes, Real Madrid did press us, but the four at the back were superb against Barca.
And as we see with this repetition, sorry, from PSG, I'm not sure if that goal was going in.
Oh, really?
I want to see the image. I think it was going to the post and outside, but I want to see the repetition.
What I wasn't sure about was if Ansu Fati jumped up in the air, I don't know if he was offside, and maybe the goal wouldn't have.
The thing is that the reason why Ansu doesn't move his feet is because his balance wasn't that fit. So he couldn't move. He had no way of jumping.
He takes the other.
He was off balance. Like he couldn't move that feet. He was holding on that.
It was a shame, but Barca did pull off the win at the Santiago Bernabeu, a place where Bruno Ballester is still at. I don't think you want to leave there, Bruno. I mean, I'm sure you've enjoyed yourself very much today in spite of the suffering. With team performances, Bruno, it's or with collective efforts like the one today, it's always very difficult to pick man of the match, but I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to pick one.
Okay, let's go. I mean, for me, all defenders today deserve, well, all the team, but especially defenders, big goals and all the points. But as I have to pick three, I'm going to start one for Araujo. Once again, solid, really solid defense, especially in all aerial battles. It's incredible how Araujo heads off practically every single ball. Because I agree with what you were mentioning, Robert, in the studio. Yes, Madrid has controlled the ball, has entered the possession, but in terms of clear chances, all these crosses, Barca has been really, have been able to clear them away, and has been incredible. Another protagonist in these terms about clearing chances, Marcos Alonso, 2 points for him. The second half Marcos Alonso has played for me has been the best one since he's a Barca player. And the 3 points for me, a player that today has been crucial to connect everything and to work well in all lines is Frenkie de Jong. Incredible match once again from Frenkie de Jong, showing once again why he's a player of future also in this club, because he's absolutely crucial in midfield. So my man of the match today goes to Frenkie de Jong. Time to go to the airport now, to Adolfo Suárez Madrid Barajas. The team will land at around 1:40 a.m. in Barcelona, and not many time at all to celebrate this great win at the Bernabeu, because always fantastic to win here, because there is an important game on Sunday at the Spotify Camp Nou against Valencia, a team that are growing a lot now since the signing of Rubén Baraja, the new manager. So it's time now to be focused on the league, because the second leg of the camp, remember, is going to be the first week of April, so many things can happen during this month.
Thank you, Bruno. Safe travels back. Yeah, I mean, no time to celebrate, because on Sunday we had a crucial game against Valencia at the Spotify Camp Nou, one in which we won't have Lewandowski, we won't have Pedri, we won't have Dembélé, we won't have Gavi, who's suspended for that game. So we'll see who Xavi can put out there. Guys, Bruno gave us his first man of the match. Pau, go with yours.
I gave 1 point to Marcos Alonso, not only for how he recovered, but also he was one of the players trying to play short, connect with his teammates. 2 points for Ter Stegen, that despite he didn't have to do a safety, was stopping a lot of crosses and anticipating. Indeed, Valverde tried one finishing. I think there was a finishing action that went in goal, but Ter Stegen really anticipated very well. And 3 points for Ter Stegen. I like the way he anticipated different actions, and also he recovered and gave continuity to the game. Instead of kicking the ball away, that he has to become better at recovering and having continuity.
I like that today we don't consider it's quite different. I gave 3 points to Frenkie de Jong because I think it was amazing. Like when Kessie and Busquets were pressing, he was the one linking and bringing the team up, and also in defense he was helping a lot there. And I think he has been growing a lot with all the injuries that Barca has had. Like in the important moments, he's always Frenkie de Jong there. Then 2 for Kessie, because I think he was here not only for that action with the goal, he almost scored the second. And he was really good in defense, but you feel that every time that he gets close to the box, there's something happening there, and I think he has been growing a lot also. And then 1 point for Kunde, because I think he was outstanding out there, like making a lot of kills.
Let us know your votes for man of the match on the live chat as well. My votes go 3 points for Kunde. I thought he was absolutely outstanding today. Intercepting, clearing, as Paul said, distributing from the back. I think it's one of his best performances so far as a fast player, especially in a big stakes game. Marcos Alonso, same. Absolutely the same. I mean, on par with Kunde. Maybe Kunde needs a little bit more. But Marcos was good at clearing, he was good at intercepting, he was good at blocking. He blocked a couple of clear shots from Real Madrid players. He was good playing from behind. So 2 points for Marcos Alonso. I want to find out more who, in spite of not having too many one-on-one battles with Vinicius, managed to keep it quiet. One more cluster. So 1 point there for Ronaldo. It's surprising. I think it's the first time ever that I voted 3 players as my man of the match. Let's take a look at the global votes. I think Kunde is going to win it for this one. 7 points for Jules Kunde. He's our man of the match on Barca Live here today. 6 points for Frankie de Jong. 5 for Marcos Alonso. 2 for Cassier, 2 for Araujo, and 2 for Ter Stegen. We have the reaction of our head coach Xavi Hernandez talking to our colleague Marc Brau from Barca TV. So let's go and listen to what our head coach has to say.
Doncs sí, al costat de l'entrenador del Barça, Xavi Hernandez. Xavi, què tal? Com estàs? Bona nit. Bona nit. Deies en por guanyar el Bernabéu. Escolta, dit i fet.
Sí, no hem fet el millor partit.
We didn't have our best game today, but it's true that it's an important victory. We defended very well. Without the ball, we always try and defend with the ball in the opposition half. But it's normal because Real Madrid will really press in their own half. We struggled to get through that high press. It's a difficult game. Madrid were favourites in the tie, and we've got a tremendous victory today. It's always difficult to win here. I'm very proud of how the team performed. I think the team have improved its defensive solidity.
No, jo diria al final Rodrigo un xut de fora, però sí, no hem
They
aconseguit.
had one shot wide, and besides that, they didn't really have chances. Today, our defensive work went out very well. Marcos had a great game. Balde, Kunde, and Ronald perfectly. Barely allowed Vinicius to create any danger. Obviously, it's not what we look for every time, but we played well today. It's important to keep your feet on the ground, isn't it, after this game? Obviously, it's only 1-0. It's not 4-0. We need to compete in a month's time. We hope to get players back quickly. Now we're going to focus on the league. We've got 3 games before the international break.
It's the first leg, obviously, but what do you think about this important game, especially in the defensive part?
Well, very important win. It's just the first leg, missed the second one after 1 month, but we are very proud today how we defend. Madrid practically didn't attack well. We didn't concede any chance. Very happy and satisfied with the performance, especially in defense.
Words there of our head coach Xavi Hernandez. They all seem very cautious in what they're saying because they know today wasn't the best performance from Barca. But coming off 2 defeats and you go into the Bernabeu and you don't play your best game and you win, I mean, in terms of morale at least, it must help.
Yes, it brings your positive emotions back to you. Clearly, Barca felt tonight that they were probably not at their best possibilities. That's something that Xavi, the coach, mentioned more than once. And in the end, words become habits. So hopefully, for the second leg, they feel more confident and they can dominate the game in another way.
We said this during the game. The first half especially reminded me a little bit of the first half of Old Trafford. Barca kind of competed conceded midfield, gave up the ball a little bit, but then took their opportunities, solid at the back, not letting in any opportunities. Second half, maybe not as much, but the first half was very similar to that one.
The only difference I saw is that we struggled in pressing. Like we couldn't recover, although the goal comes from pressing and recovering. Despite that action, in the other ones, Madrid felt very comfortable. And whereas in our box, we felt very uncomfortable. Against Man United, I think both teams felt a little bit uncomfortable. There were more recoveries and losses. But yes, for sure, the second one, the difference between the first one and the second one has been huge.
What we're seeing a lot of is ter Stegen very secure today in those lateral crosses. This one was very dangerous sliding into. I mean, we could almost handle the shot on target. And ter Stegen today didn't have to make any big saves in terms of, like, well, as I said, shots on target, but very secure in those lateral.
Yeah, indeed. All what we saw today with Vinicius, it was those crosses, and all ended up in the hands of ter Stegen because he was anticipating. He knew there were players waiting in the second goal, so he was always appearing there. So the defense knew how to stop Vinicius, and when that happened, also ter Stegen knew how to stop him.
Opportunity that could have been Barca's second goal. We'll see the replay now, because Paul, you think that this might have been a punch? I don't know. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you are right.
Now I didn't think we know.
I don't know, but anyway, it's pointless to relitigate it because it didn't go in. Ansel did have an opportunity here, creating it almost out of nothing. The shot went off of Rudiger, and it was a corner kick for Barca. And this, as we said before, the clearest opportunity Real Madrid had. It was a shot from Rodrigo, which went wide. Ultimately, Barca managed to pull off the win, a second consecutive win against Real Madrid. How do you believe in these kinds of things, that you can win the morale game against a certain team?
Yeah, for sure. I think that clearly exists, how confident you feel and that superiority that you might have, I don't know.
It's like Real Madrid against Liverpool, they've got that battle.
Yeah.
Because of the finals, because of what happened the other day, that battle they won. Barca looked like against Real Madrid.
Totally, I completely agree, and well, I think that's a positive thing, because in the end, for the second leg, you need to have this extra confidence, which will help you play even better. And we know that Real Madrid, they like to score in the final minutes and when they are about to lose things, so it's always good to have extra reasons.
I was surprised today because Paul mentions the final minutes. Madrid were pushing, but we didn't see that, what we usually see.
Yeah, we are used to see those comebacks. It is true that mainly all of them happen in the Champions League. Like, you don't see in other competitions. They have like an special sense on those nights. But I think you see it against other kind of teams. You know, Liverpool the other day, after winning, they were keeping going out there. Like, Barca knew how to control the game, and you were talking about the morale. But I think this morale is not only for the second leg; it's also for La Liga. Like, they were in a point like, okay, we draw against Atletico, but then Barca lost against Almeria and everything, and that, again, Barca won that battle again today.
And there was already one thing that Real Madrid substitute Modric for the final 10 minutes. And Madrid disappeared a little bit on that with another game in. They went for crosses, and that was positive for Barca because they didn't have possessions anymore, with those possessions were making Rodrigo, Vinicius participate in Benitez, and Benzema participate in Benitez.
It's quite a game. We saw drop out of the box quite a lot to try and intervene. We're waiting to see if we've got any more reactions, guys. Let me know if we do, or if there will be no more reactions. But you mentioned La Liga. We're all very worried about this game against Valencia, obviously, because we dropped the 3 points against Almeria. There was all the physical effort that went into today's game, and there's limited choices that Xavi has because of the absences. Lewandowski, Pedri, Dembele, who are injured. We'll see if Christensen makes it for Sunday. We won't have Gavi either due to suspension. So those are important players that are going to miss that game. On the other hand, Real Madrid did have to put in a lot of effort today, and they're going to the business.
Yes, you never know in football. It's not a linear thing. It's like more of a complex, and so it's very difficult to predict, and sometimes when a team feels that they might be weaker, that makes them stronger. You need to connect better with your teammates, you need to be more collective. When the collective or the team works well or functions well, then it's much more difficult to be better than that team. So I'm expecting a battle with a lot of youngsters, with players who normally don't play, who will try and do their best. And so in the end, yeah, Valencia will be a tough game because they have Barak, they won the first game with him, so they have that kind of momentum. But I don't think it's awesome. We have enough players.
I think we have enough players to go in and compete against Valencia. We're at home, we're at the Spotify Cup now. I think the other day was a complete slip-up. The team got frustrated very early in the game against Almeria and weren't able to turn it around. But here in Barcelona, there is a lot of concern about that game.
Yeah, because what scares me the most is the moment Valencia is leaving as a club and all the environment and everything that gives you to give an extra, you know, and all this like Baraja and Marchena taking the team and that epic and everything. The other day they won at Real Sociedad. The good thing is that it's at the Spotify Cup now, so you lost a little bit that environment of Mestalla. So I think it's really important because they are fighting to get out from the relegation, so it's not going to be easy. They are not going to do it easy.
Right, guys, we're going to leave it here. We're going to leave the fans with the press conference of our head coach, Xavi Hernandez. So, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll have you back again if it means it's a Barca win. I'll see you Sunday if I'm here on Sunday, but we're still a victory. Anyway, hopefully to celebrate a Barca win like the one we got today. 1-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. It was an own goal. It counted anyway. We go into the second leg with a 1-0 lead. That will be in a month. We will be back here on Barca Live on Sunday. It's an early kickoff, 4:15 in the afternoon on Sunday, so we will be here at 2:15 local time, 1 hour before the game. We're going to leave you guys with the words of our head coach Xavi Hernandez in the press room. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you Sunday.
Right, Xavi. Avui el Barça ha tingut poca pilota, poca presència en camp rival, però l'exercici defensiu...
The defensive work today was promising today. Is that what you needed today? Was it the plan? No. The plan was to have long spells of possession, play in the opposition half, win duels, and play for a lot of time in Madrid's half. But we had the Real Madrid in front of us. Well, that happens in Europe. When you're up against big sides, they can dominate you. Our main objective with our style of play is to defend with the ball, but today we couldn't do that. We had lots of possession that were unnecessary. They played almost one-on-one and man marking, and we didn't have enough space to break. Our second objective was to defend without the ball. I think we're extraordinary in that today. In Madrid, they barely had chances today. They shot wide through, they had Rodrigo's effort at the end, but besides that, they didn't have that, and that's important for us. Defence is part of the game. Obviously, it's not our main objective, but today when we weren't so good with the ball, without the ball, we were extraordinary. It's a very important win for us.
Això que dius, et pesa més el marcador i el valor de la victòria tenint en compte totes les circumstàncies, o el com i que no s'hagi executat el partit que tu tenies previst al cap?
Bé, avui no podem presumir del com.
Today we couldn't boast about how we played because we wanted to control the ball, we wanted to dominate possession, we wanted necessary calm, we wanted to create chances. We won 1-0, but this wasn't the game we wanted, but we're up against opponents who sometimes control games. I think we're very strong in defence, and they were strong as well. We've been working for a year and a half to get really strong in defence, because there are moments in the season in which the opposition can dominate. This is Real Madrid. How do you get the ball away from Kroos and Modric? It's really difficult. physically they're really strong, and you have to defend. You have to defend in the box, you have to defend their crosses and their corners and their free kicks. I think we're extraordinary today, and you have to value that as part of play. Besides the reading of the footballing side of things, what point, to what extent could this win help you to consolidate your confidence ahead of the coming league games? If we'd have lost, it wouldn't have mattered either. We haven't won a final, and haven't won a trophy. We got another game coming up in April, the second leg. We need to win, and we won at the Bernabeu, so we've got the advantage, and we'll see for the second leg. Andres is has some ankle problems. Lewandowski is out. Well, I think everybody did an extraordinary job today who was able to play. There are games in which you have to play in this way.
Nosotros así, es que el rival te lleva a jugar así.
We weren't good with the ball today.
Menos espesos a la hora de perder el balón.
We were a little weaker. But we need to be able to attack and know when to attack and when not to. But we didn't make the right choice in many moments today. But the opposition pressed the entire game. We won duels though. We came up against Nacho, Rudiger and Militao and won battles against them. It's difficult to do that. That led to this kind of game. It was the opposition who led to us playing like this. It forms part of the game. Can we say that after what happened last week, this is going to help for Sunday's game against Valencia? I hope so, but we have to show that on Sunday. Even if we have lost today, we need to reset. Obviously, it's going to give us some confidence, but Sunday's another story, it's another competition. We're well placed, but we need to keep showing this.
Hola Xavi, buenas noches. Felicidades por la victoria. Adrià Albets, en directo para el Carrusel Deportivo de la cadena SER y Moguts, que es en Cataluña. Queda un mes para el partido de...
There's a month to go before the second leg. You've won at the Bernabeu. You're going to have important players back. Why do you say that Madrid are still the favourites? Is it not a way of managing pressure? No, because they dominated us with the ball. We didn't find a solution. We struggled. We played well, we were solid, and defensively we were spectacular. We took an important victory, but Madrid are still strong. Today we minimised things. The team had 35% possession. That must be a strange feeling. I've said that I'm not satisfied with how we played with the ball, but there are other parts of play. The opposition take you that road, and they mix a lot in the physical side of the duels. What we want normally is to put the opposition under pressure, and they did that to us. I think we defended very well. It's not the possession stat we wanted though. Have you got the antidote to Vinicius in Araujo. Well, for me, he's one of the best defenders in the world, and Marcos Solota had an extraordinary game. He's not a centre-back defensively. We need to be strong at the back and close up the lines. Very happy with the defensive work from the team. There are moments when that's necessary, like today. I must think the lack of some of the players missing had an effect on the game. Today the midfielders kept dominance of the game. We suffered more than we should. We had to run a lot without the ball. Kessié had to run a lot. Busquets did as well. I think we have to value the defensive work that the team did. Today we didn't really suffer in a game like this. It's praiseworthy what we did. I think sometimes when you have a game like this, the opposition are undervalued. As I said yesterday, that for me, Madrid were the favourites in the tie. This is what they have. They've got this technical side. Modric and Kroos never lose a ball. They're very strong. It's hard to win the ball from Rudiger and Nacho and Camavinga. It's very difficult. We minimised the danger they provided. Vinicius normally creates 6 or 7 shots, and he practically didn't create any today. I think the work from the team was extraordinary up against a great Real Madrid side, who are the reigning league and European champions. You have to value that.
Right now we have 8 teams left, and one mistake could see them exit the tournament and not be able to get their hands on this beautiful trophy on Wednesday night. Well, tonight then we have 4 elimination matches, and let me tell you, every single team has proved they deserve to be here.
Some say 2v2 FIFA is just for fun. Well, not really. Handling pressure. Have to be 4-0 down on the triple! Proving people wrong. Complexity by getting in!
I saw some people say they kind of fell off, so we just kind of shut everyone up.
And do what is necessary to win.
I'm not scared of anyone. I'm not from the underdog though. But
this is what the EA Sports Cup has been all about. Dolomite dancing in the ball, quite literally! Darty's way to goal!
first 8 weeks of chemistry was the secret ingredient.
Davina to the bubble pass into his teammate who does so well.
Raw talent, clear message.
Mbappe and Tex doing what he does on the biggest of stages.
We're through. It's about doing everything. Live from London. The EA Sports Cup starts now.
So we're back, which means the Rachel Stringer Show is back. No longer the Richard Buckley Show. Sorry, Richard, you've been demoted after I've come back off my little stint away in Doha. I'm being nice, really. I love that we're all back together as a proper group, though. For knockouts, Mike Cabell is here.
Here for that. I didn't know, but now I know.
He's just in the middle, just to break up any rivalry me and Rich have. No, jokes aside, it's great to be back at the business end, like I just mentioned. But before we get into the quarterfinals tonight, let's just quickly recap on the 8 weeks we had before Christmas. Guys, big question, did it play out like we expected it to?
No, it can't be. When I'm looking at this, we don't have the world champs. When you look at Heretic, Mathias Bonanno, your favorite, and then Desari, now making it to a semi-final. He's not even in the top 8. We usually aren't talking about that when we're dealing with these esports.
When they get into the knockout stages of FIFA, there's one man, there's one name, ridiculous 99 FC that we always associate with this stage. He's not here for me. That's a massive shot.
So many shots. Obviously, we started with 20 teams at the beginning of this tournament, and now we're down to our final 8, and they are ready to go into battle tonight. The likes of Focus there, Mike Cabell. Who do you think would have really needed that winter break we're talking about?
I'm going to build off that. I'd actually say that Focus needed the break. They started this tournament fantastic. Last time we saw them in action, they were less than stellar, if I want to put it nicely. And having a few weeks off, you can come back, you can regroup, and they can kind of rework some of their tactics.
And Rich, your question, who do you think would have built on the winter break from what we saw in the 8 weeks?
I think there's one team that's built on it probably more than others, and that's Footways, due to the success that he has in FPS Qualifier 1. He was the number 1 player in the entirety of Europe. His teammate alongside Dixon and with him. I know they've been grinding, they've been practicing well at the Footways HQ, and I think they're going to really come out strongly.
Yeah, he's going to be super confident. But first up, quarterfinal 1 is Complexity Gaming, the only team, of course, from North America against PSG Esports. And we've got Leipzig Gaming against Fnatic. I spoke to Diogo from Fnatic earlier. He's pretty worried about that one. Then we have Atleti Riders. Obviously, that's Movistar Riders. New team now, Atleti de Madrid. Movistar Riders. Tonight, though, Atleti Riders. They're taking on Team Footwiz, who Rich just spoke about having so much confidence after Ethan, of course, topping the European table. And then Focus against Team Polit, Ninjas in Pyjamas. Again, the boys from NIP, they said they're playing the best FIFA. They ended, didn't they, the 8 weeks saying they're playing their best FIFA, and they're still, I guess, saying they're pretty in great form tonight. So that's the bracket. We've got 4 quarterfinals, of course, but let's talk about exactly what's up for grabs tonight, Richard Buckley. The money. Tell me about the mullah.
Yeah, there's some serious prize money that is on the line here for the Esports Cup. The winner's going to take on 50k. That's going to be decided on Wednesday. The runner-up 35, and you can see the prize pool breakdown. With 4 people will be guaranteed $25,000 by the end of play today. But also the prize that money can't buy, a Club World Cup spot. That is the runner-up and the champion guarantee a place at the Club World Cup finals on the year.
The most prestigious tournament, isn't it, on the calendar, obviously, the finale of the season. So that maybe is even more important than the prize there. But anyway, Mike, the rules have changed from the last 8 weeks before Christmas. What is now up to how they're playing? The format, the rules.
Let me give you the pass. We're dealing with single elimination, but over 2 legs. Remember, we didn't have the 2 legs previously. If tied, extra time, we have to have an elimination. And then the top 2 teams advance to the PGE Club World Cup, which is what Rich was touching on, which means not only do you get that extra cheddar, but you also guarantee yourself another tournament, more money, bigger prestige. You have a lot of negotiation and your partnerships.
And possibly no more stress for the season, because the job which everyone wants to get done, the qualification for the World Cup, has been sorted out early doors, so they can just focus on their season. Well, let's focus on the first quarterfinal. Complexity taking on PSG. Mike Cabell obviously will have his eyes on Complexity.
Looking forward. Now, I don't see them, but I think they've performed really well. I've never been in doubt. As Max talked about in the intro, a little bit, had some haters maybe, but they're back. It's like the only North American team now in the top 8.
I mean, Mike was never in doubt. I think, though, it's safe to say a lot of us were in doubt, but obviously they're through to tonight. Let's see how they got it.
They have been 2v2 world champions before, not once, but twice.
When 2v2 came up, they were the first team that showed how it was like to play 2v2.
Complexity looking for an equaliser. Pele! Maxi with another goal!
How important was that equaliser? We saw it happen. At one point, it's like, could easily be the difference between getting good and
They're making it hard for themselves, Complexity. Cristiano Ronaldo off the bar!
Johnson and Max, they're looking good. Very, very good at one of the tough stuff.
Complexity's unbeaten streak will come to an end in round one here at the EA Sports Cup, and this table will shake up ever so nicely in Group A. Now what have they got from the corner? From the training ground, and there you have it! Complexity right back into the game.
How does it feel for you guys, not only to get out of the group, to advance, but also to top it?
I saw some people say that we kind of fell off, so we get to just kind of shut everyone up. I mean, we were happy with getting first in the group, but we want to win out.
And the reason I was saying we possibly were doubting them is because of what happened last year. Okay, you can't take away a 2-time world champion as a pair as well, but they weren't in the best form last year. They've made such a comeback. What's it down to?
They teamwork, and also you might have heard a little bit of that disgruntled confidence. That'll do something for you. You got a chip on the shoulder. You feel the disrespect. You got to like come back and remind people who you are. And that's exactly what they've done this far, and they're going to continue to do.
Yeah, surprise package, I'm going to say, of this tournament. And possibly, Rich, so a PSG. This new partnership, they've possibly surprised everyone in their group, especially knocking out Team Ajax and your favourites.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're one of the biggest clubs in world football, are PSG, and I think picking up this roster, you start to see them flourish in the FIFA esports scene as they have yesterday.
They knocked out 2 of the big guns, and let's see exactly how they did it.
The side of PSG back in the mix this year in FIFA esports.
Surely this has to go in. There's a goal back for PSG. Just offloading to Pele. Big chance for PSG. Slots it in the bottom left corner. So PSG a mixed bag of results. I think you take it from into the game.
Yeah, we will really try our best and see how it is, but yes, we are going to go through.
We'll see what there's a chance here, and that's going to be the perfect start here for PSG. PSG are through. And as that happens, PSG solidify themselves in the knockout stages.
Until now, I don't know how to express my feelings. Like, I'm confused, but I'm very happy.
What a group. PSG esports advance to the knockout bracket.
I mean, Group D, another super difficult group to come through. I love that I asked Richard Buckley this question about they knocked out his babies, Team Heretics, Matthias Banana. I mean, that was a massive surprise. Their team this season cup reigning champions in 2v2.
And they didn't only just do it by a point, by a draw. It was 3 points difference from second to third. I really think PSG showed one thing, and that's the ice. They showed the composure. They finished round 1 on 5 points. They took into round 2, 8 points out as well. Unbeaten, 2 wins, 2 draws. They did what they needed to do. I think it shows a real experience and level of composure. Maybe not other teams have shown yet.
Well, we needed someone with the ice because Nicholas is really too good. So there we have it. PSG ones to watch, and there are 2 teams, of course, in our first quarterfinal. 6 more to bring you as well later on. And someone else who is back as well, joining the team, back from Doha, is Kyle Walker, and he's obviously brought a jacket out in the Middle East as well, matching Mike and I. Kyle, please introduce the teams to us.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, it is great to be back, and it is great to be introducing our first 2 teams that will be hoping to make it to the semi-final stage of the competition. First up, they came second in Group D with some pretty impressive victories as well. It is PSG esports. Now these guys will be looking to come up and not just enjoy themselves, but also cause a bit of an upset. Let's quickly chat to them, guys. It's great to have you here. Looking very confident. I like the sunglasses as well that you've got. You said that you're here to enjoy it, but surely, you're hoping you can make it through to that semi-final and go on maybe to with that trophy.
For most of people, it's just a game. But for us, it's a full-time job. So let's play and make of this day a normal day at work.
A normal day at work. I'm looking forward to it. Good luck. Right, let's get our second team up. Their opponents all the way from North America. It's Complexity. Now these guys will be hoping that they can surely do what they didn't manage to last season, but they're here for a successful one. Let's chat to both Maxi and Joxan. Maxi, straight to you first. Disgruntled confidence and maybe a bit of a chip on your shoulder. That's what how it was described just before. You mean business, you're here